What's up, everybody? Good morning. Sorry, I'm 3 minutes late. Sorry. My bad. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Wow, did you guys see those inflation numbers come out? Holy smokes. 9.1%. Ooh, that is hot and heavy. Hot and heavy on inflation. What can we say about inflation? I think CNBC sums it up here. Inflation rose 9.1% in June, even more than expected, which is not good as price pressures intensify. Why is that not good? Because it shows that raising interest rates at their current pace is not curbing inflation, perhaps like they wanted to. And they may have to now raise rates faster and perhaps more. Higher interest rates mean a stronger dollar, but it means a weaker stock market. So that's what we're seeing going on today. Not good for the markets, and we saw that clearly as we can just look at a minute chart here, which I think shows it pretty well what happened. Got released here at 7:30. We had this initial impulse up and then completely collapsed. I mean, from the high up there where it went up to 11,970, is that 70? 70 all the way to the low 11,480. So that thing just moved about 500 points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. So that's pretty incredible. I'm wondering if anybody traded this. I did take a trade on it. I just took a small scalp, of course, knowing me. Here I saw a pullback. I thought we were going to leg down. Saw a pin bar and I got out. I actually missed the release, which was unfortunate. This would have been a great trade to fade it as it broke higher, to fade that thing back down. So a lot of meat there to capture. I hope somebody got some. I only got a couple $100. I just took one contract. I'm only going to be trading one contract today. The ATR on this thing today is absolutely ridiculous. So we're just going to be trading one contract out of the gate. I hope you guys had a good trading day yesterday. Thanks, Nico. I appreciate the dollar, man. Every morning Nico's giving me $1. I appreciate that. That's really nice. If everybody gave me $1, that would be really awesome. But of course, I do this completely free. So if you find any value in it, you don't feel like giving $1, that's perfectly fine. I would appreciate though if you gave it a like. And if you ever watch any of the videos, just watch the advertising, so I get some advertising revenue the more people watch it. And some of you guys are like, why do you need revenue if you're making so much money? Because you want to know why every little bit helps. That's how you make money in life. You just it all adds up. It's like these stupid subscription services. You're always like, it's just $5 a month. It's just $15 a month. And before you know it, you've got 30 of these things that are absolutely draining your bank account. You can see here, this thing's starting to roll over again. I'm not going to trade it pre-market though at this point. So yesterday I don't know how much I was down yesterday, $500 or $600 when I got off the stream, I think. And can't remember. Yeah, 580, I think, when I closed the stream. Here are my trades from yesterday. So it was down 580 when we got off the stream. Yeah, I took A0. I took a scalp on I wasn't streaming. It was on the news release at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. So yesterday, I think I just threw up my hands right here. I took these trades on the stream yesterday, and then traded afterwards. Traded back. I was doing pretty well up to this point, and took a $700 loss on one contract. Holy smokes, 40-point stop loss. That was one of the ones where you just keep moving your stop loss, and you're like, man, it's definitely going to reverse. It's definitely going to come back my way. it's going to come back my way. And it just didn't. And it broke higher. And you can see I changed my direction. I went short. I went short at 10:05, and then I went long. I actually remember this trade really vividly. It was like coming up to VWAP. It was in a range. I was short in the top of the range, which was VWAP was providing resistance. We busted through VWAP with like a lot of momentum. And I closed out manually, and then I immediately reversed it and went long, and then took a few longs on that, then went short. Oh no, sorry, this was from this morning, so don't look at that. Actually, I'll adjust this. And then I took a short on 2 contracts for just a few points. And I was just scalping this thing. I ended up 232 on the day. So I did end up green yesterday. So that was okay. But not very much. I mean, nothing to like make a video about. I mean, sometimes you make these like short little scalps and, you know, it's hard to make a video out of it, to be like, oh, I got in short here at 1 second. This looks like a nice short. What it's doing right now. But again, I'm not going to trade it. Let's see what our ATM strategy is for this morning. Still trading this performance account today. With all this volatility, I'm trading a performance account. I'm not trading my own cash. Just one contract, and the settings are 50 ticks. I would actually move this 100 to 100. Things moving so much. So that'll put my stop loss about 25 points away. So, right here at 50, my stop loss would automatically get put up here at like 75. And then my take would be down here at 25. And I can adjust those manually once it automatically puts it in. But when I took this scalp over here this morning, over here, my stop loss, I mean, the thing was moving so much, my stop loss like went in like right here. I was like, oh, no, I need more room on that. The thing's moving too much. So why did the market, Ron's asking, why did the market fall this morning? So Ron, we had Consumer Price Index, CPI, come out this morning. That's an inflation number. We just took a look at a CNBC headline on it, and inflation is absolutely skyrocketing. Inflation is a CNBC here, so I can move this over. Inflation rose 9.1% in June, even more than expected as price pressures intensify. Inflation is not under control. This is a fundamental cause of concern for markets. Inflation is not getting under control, and in response, the Fed is going to have to raise interest rates faster or more. And as interest rates rise, that is not good for markets. It is good for the dollar. That's why we're seeing the dollar index, DXY, absolutely going to the moon. And the euro, I think someone put on here a second ago, Abraham, from our friend from the Philippines, good morning, put $1 equals €1 now. That's because of euro weakness, but mainly because of dollar strength, because interest rates are rising in the United States. And interest rates rise, the dollar becomes more valuable to own because you're able to lend that dollar out for more money. So what people like to do is they will, instead of investing in the stock market, they'll take their cash and invest it or loan it for interest. So I don't know if that makes sense. That's kind of an 8th grade explanation. Somebody could probably give you an actual professional answer. This thing looks like it's rolling here. Man, I want to jump in on it. I really want to jump in on it. Cumulative Delta today, I would not be looking at Cumulative Delta. I'm not going to be looking at. I'm not going to be looking at the actual number here. I'm going to be looking at structure. So here, when we see this consolidation, and then we start to see Cumulative Delta also consolidating, I'm going to be looking for Delta to start dropping out of this range to confirm the move to the downside. Right now, we're not quite seeing it, but again, it's pre-market. So I would not be looking at the positive Delta today or the number. I would just be looking at the structure, almost like a chart. And you can do technical analysis on Cumulative Delta just like you do on a chart. So you can come in here, draw your support level, like here on this thing. We can see how Delta is bouncing off this support level pretty continuously as price drops. Delta's holding, so maybe this move to the downside is not valid. I would say that it just has to do with pre-market. This structure here looks like it wants to roll. It could find a footing here and push up to VWAP, 20 SMA on the 5-minute, but I don't know. And again, it's pre-market. Who knows what's going to happen? I wouldn't touch it right now. It's going to be wonky. This thing could shoot up or down. So it's yes, BPCF Gaming. You're correct. Your question there. I haven't said good morning to everybody. Morning, yeah, Zero. It's always good to see you. Hope Dubai, you're doing well there. Hey, Austin, what's up, ma'am? Ibrahim, Philippines, Manila, Mabuhay. Brutal morning, 9.1%. Yep. Hey, David, what's up? Nico, good morning. Thanks again for the dollar. I really appreciate it. Or the euro, I should say the euro. Well, you know, it's almost interchangeable these days, as we just talked about. SW Blaze, good morning. Airbank, good morning. Wild CPI day. Yep. CPI day today was crazy. Vernon, good morning. Thanks you for joining us. Inside, he made $800 in a couple of micros. That was awesome, man. Yeah, this thing was a drop out of the sky. I actually was not on my computer looking at it. I checked my phone and I was like, holy shit, things dropping. And again, this false breakout to the upside here would have been an awesome opportunity, particularly on that wick, to get in on this thing short. So I hope somebody caught that. It sounds like Inside made quite a bit of money on some micros. Verinda, good morning. Verinder, good morning. Good morning. It's Dave. Good morning. I love that name. It's Dave. Good morning. Hey, Slim Jim. What's up, Ron? Good morning. Bust a move. Yeah, STR. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, STR. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Yeah, so, I mean, we can look at this thing's bearish today. I wouldn't, I think you're just trying to find good entries on it to the downside because it is moving quite a bit. So, when we trade futures, drawdown is a concern because of the leverage that's involved with this thing. So it could whip up on you 50 points real quick before moving 100 points in your direction. So you just want to make sure, we're fighting for price today, trying to get good entries. And we can see we've got this supporting trend line on the daily. We've broken through it. Now we're coming back up to the back side of it. That's an impulse on the news. We can see it over on the 4-hour a little more clearly. Same trend line we have drawn out. And weekly. I see the 200 SMA on the weekly opening up. I'll take this and readjust it perhaps. I don't know. I don't like that actually. I can see this 200 SMA on the weekly opening up all the way down to 10,700. We may get a push down to 10,000 at some point. We can look at a monthly. Oh man, this thing looks gnarly. Look at this daily chart again. So back to daily, I'm just quickly scanning those higher time frames to see if we have targets. We can see here, and we talked about this yesterday, this supporting trend line. Lots of touches on it. It's opened up now to 10,500. We're breaking this counter trend line here. And, it could get that move down here, particularly on this inflation crap. Is the market open now? The market's going to open in 3 minutes, Ibrahim. 3 minutes. Is there any other news coming out this morning? That's a good question. I think there was. No, I don't see anything else today. But we do have some stuff tomorrow. We can throw up a calendar real quick so people can look at it. This is a Forex calendar. So I've talked about this before. You see how this 9.1 printed green? So if you don't know what these economic calendars are, they'll print the number. You've got basically 3 columns over here we have the previous number, what it was previous when it was released. We have consensus. This is where they poll a bunch of economists and they come up with a number that they think it should be at. And then this is the actual number where how it prints. It'll print red or green. Here we print it green. And some people look at this. I had a long conversation sometime with somebody in here who was like, it printed green. Why are markets dropping? It's because it's inflation. So this is a Forex website. So when it prints green like that, 9.1%, it means that it's good for the dollar, not good for markets. So this is a actually bearish signal. So, you know, keep that going here, or in mind, sorry. Let's just, shoot, that's not what I want to do. Filter, clear. I'm trying to get this done quickly here. I wish this would just save, apply filter. All right. Fed's beige book. I don't know what that is. Monthly budget. Now, tomorrow, the initial jobless claims I think will be significant. Producer price index. That's another inflation number. So that'll come out tomorrow. That'll be big. That's 7:30 pre-market. And then on Friday, retail sales will have, you know, some impact, but not really. I don't think. I think right now what we're looking at is inflation. That's going to be the big one. So for tomorrow, there's some more inflation coming out 7:30. So need to be aware of that. And let's look back here at the technicals. Again, I think today is going to be all about trying to find good price entries. And so you know, even though we have the direction right today, even when we have the direction right today, you know, market just opened. Even with the market direction right, we can still get burned by our entry. So keep that in mind, right? It's like we know it's going down. We know this is bearish. We have the direction. But if our entries are not well executed, we're going to get, we could still have a red day. So. Yeah, an overnight volume profile. You can see this big low volume node up here. Back into this trend line. Moving up. Through previous resistance, taking out those shorts. Only to fail and come back down. I don't want to short it here in case we get another impulse up. We're going to have to let it move around a little bit, I think, here, guys. I'm not jumping on anything too quickly. But I do see the downside here completely opened up. Let me see that on the 5 minute. Again, though, we need to. That drop is absolutely insane. 500 points on the drop. It's hard to adjust my chart so I can read it correctly. You know, you short it here and then we pop up to 630 up here. And that's not fun. The value area low on the overnight volume profile. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm sure you're in the chat. 5 minute here, man. Look bearish, huh? I'm just clicking. Keep zooming out because of the chart isn't calibrating quite correctly. Getting that impulse back up. Oh. I saw point of control coming in there. There's point of control coming in there again. Interesting to see what it wants to do here. Could be a short. Ah, you're making coffee. It's all right. Ooh, this thing's moving so much. Waiting to see if we get like a break here. You know, I think that if we broke this pre-market low, we may drop to 350. This pocket. But it's just chopping around right now. You can see how it's holding between this range here, between the bands on the 1 minute. This, you know, want to be careful here, even if we break pre-market lows, be careful of a false breakout. We actually had kind of a false breakout over here. You can see when the news got released, big push down, then we actually broke through the support level here, only to then come up right here, and it looked like it wanted to fall, but it didn't, and came up, and that doesn't look like a lot on here because this move is so big on the chart, but that's, you know, 82, you know, it's 100 points that it right there. So I can see it popping up to VWAP maybe. I don't know, actually. It feels like it's just holding this range. All right, guys, my coffee mug is empty. I'm going to go get some coffee. I'm going to be right back. Coffee break time. Be back in 1 second. All right, you guys still there? All right. Man, look how point of control came in up there. Mr. Bear just stares at you, letting you know, looks into your soul, tells you, trader, you're never gonna be good. Go ahead and quit now. Take that money. Take that money, might as well flush it down the toilet and go do something better with your life. Mr. Bear's brutal. Getting that impulse up. We're ranging. VWAP, hitting VWAP. This really bugs me how this candle here is so big that I can't get that better. Pushing up, taking out all those shorts. All those big brain traders came in hot and heavy to the downside. Be patient. Be patient, my little trader. Your time will come. Yeah, it's cranking up now. Very bullish candle on the 1 minute. Aggressive. Very bullish candle on the 5 minute. Aggressive. It's the opposite direction of where I want to go today, though, boys. So you know what I'm doing? I'm not doing nothing. Be patient. Patient. The trader. No, I'm just kind of losing my mind here. Bit of a pullback. Now we're getting a little bit of a move down. We're looking to see if we get bearish structure forming here, but I mean, I'm just looking at this 5 minute. You see how it closed near the high, closed over the 20 SMA. We actually closed over VWAP. That's not to say that I'm buying this thing here. It's just to say it doesn't look as bearish as you would expect on CPI. You know, you're kind of waiting for price to fall back into this value area here. And what I really like to do is wait and see how this next 5 minute candle closes. And if we close below, below the 20 SMA, then I know this is a false breakout, and I'll probably start to look for a pullback to take a short. But I got 3 minutes to do that. This thing could shoot down, I don't know, 100 points in 3 minutes. No, you can trade pre-market. You have to close your trades by 3:10. I think 3:10 p.m. Central Time, and then you can trade again at 5 p.m. Central Time when the futures market opens. You can definitely trade pre-market, and you can trade news. So some of these don't let you trade news. Yeah, I don't like Top Step. Top Step is stupid. I'm gonna get some people that are like yelling at me. I don't want to get into it. Is Zen here today? Is Zen Day Trader here? I wish he was here. Zen is a champion of the YouTube live streaming futures traders. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you know, Top Step's got a ton of rules. I don't understand why you would do one that's got more rules and that's more expensive and has more rules than the other ones if they all pay if the same amount goes into your bank account when you get one. Wonder if we get a failure of 11,600. See a little LVN right there. We can take a look at the overnight volume profile, which we have quite a bit of room to the downside here. That 5 minutes going to close in 1 minute. We have a 20 SMA down the 1 minute down here, 580.84. See over on the 1 minute chart, 584. What was I doing? If you want to do one of these accounts, I've got a coupon code there for you, 50% off, 50% off. If anybody's interested in, I'm trading currently with an Apex performance account. It's just as good as a Top Step. I actually like Apex better because I can use NinjaTrader. And I'm a NinjaTrader guy. I don't like Trade-O-Vate, but some people might like Trade-O-Vate. It's just I'm an older gentleman. I'm not that old actually, but I'm just set in my ways. You know, I'm set in my ways. I just want to use NinjaTrader. I don't want to learn anything new. I also don't like. It's hard for me to read Cumulative Delta on Trade-O-Vate, and I don't actually use Cumulative Delta as much as I used to. I do like the structure here. Like looking at this looks bearish structure, right? But I still like to read the structure of what it's doing, and it's difficult for me to do that on Trade-O-Vate. So yeah, Zen's stuck in my head. I think he's my first troll. He's my first troll. Everybody else has been super positive, and then Zen came in and really tore into me. It was awesome when he was on the live stream because he was leaving comments like he left a comment, and then him and I like went back and forth, and man, that guy really was upset, and then I did a live stream, and of course I think I had a red day, or I was in a bad trade. I took a red trade or something, and then I got up to like go get coffee, and I came back, and he had like inserted himself into the chat. This guy is a horrible trader. No idea what he's doing. I'm like, oh, there he is. There's Zen. He was really upset, I think, because he perceived that I was talking smack about another YouTuber. And I wasn't talking smack about it. It wasn't even in that live stream. It was like months before, like on some other random video, not random, but some other live stream video that I did. And then he was like going to be the champion and defend this other YouTuber's honor, you know, coming on here. Yeah, it was weird. But if he's here, but he turned out to be nice. We made up. We did make up at the end of the live stream. And then I think he's disappeared into the internet ether. Although I'm sure he checks in. I'm sure he checks in on my P&L every day to get some sort of validation that I'm horrible. Are we going to break? Are we going to break this? You see this resistance right here? Are we going to break that and pop up into here and completely do a reversal on today? Holy smokes. That would be incredible. So many people would be burned on that. You know, this is the overnight volume profile. Look at this this low volume node that came through. That we can see a point of resistance up here. You know, this might be breaking higher up in there. Look at that thing. Look at that thing coming through. Delta's popping. I'm lucky to be sitting on my hands right now because I think this is an account blow up type of day on this thing. Complete fake out to the downside. Oh boy. This thing is going to fake out probably to the upside now. Pushing up, moving through this LVN. So I will say, guys, is that if you watch me, I'm not really doing this so that so I can make like $3,000 every day, and you guys can be like, "Wow, amazing, incredible." I hope that you get something out of this. How we can look at how to use a volume profile, and we can see here as price is moving up, we're creating these low volume nodes, which are interesting to me because oftentimes they act as footings. These edges, same thing. I don't know, maybe. They oftentimes will act as support and resistance or support as it moves through. This looks very bullish. Very bullish candle in the 5-minute. Again. Still waiting for the move I'm still waiting for the move to the downside. Maybe we had it, huh? Maybe we had it. Sorry, guys. I was looking at something else there. I was still keeping an eye on this thing. It's interesting. This looks like it's gonna move higher. This is not a short for me at all. This 5-minute, this pattern needs some sort of continuation, but I'm scared to buy it because the fundamentals are pushing it down. So thanks, STR. I appreciate that, man. Zero, my man, you are correct. It is going up. Up 130 on a micro. Love it, Vernon. That is an accomplishment. And trading micros is actually pretty relaxing and nice. You can trade I feel like you can get into a flow with micros because you don't really give a shit about losing 25 or 30 bucks, in a trade. It's easier to jump back in, I should say. Easier to jump back in. It's a nice move. Let's see if it. Okay, so this to me looks like if we fail on this little breakout, see how I drew this little counter trend line. If it fails here, we break through VWAP, then I think we're going to see this move to the downside. This thing, though, should break this and move up. And if it doesn't, well, if it doesn't, it's just not playing by the rules. You can also look over here on the 1 minute chart. What do we have, guys? What do we got going on? If you're unsure of what to do, sometimes it's just good to draw some trend lines and see what's opened up here. We've got an up channel. We have an up channel that has formed, a very nice clean up channel that has formed on the open here. So really what you would want to do is look for an entry somewhere around here. Or an entry either way, I should say. You know, it could trap some bears down here as it breaks VWAP and people are like, okay, now we're dropping. I mean, that's what I was just looking at, right? But I think that if price broke below this trend line and closed below it, a very nice candle closing below, then it would open up this downside down here. So that would be potential trade. I mean, that's 50 points. 50 points? Yeah, 50 points right there. So nice render, yeah. That was good. I like how people throw out ideas in the chat. Does look like we're going to push up a little bit higher here. We are in an up channel. She's moving lower. We failed on that little breakout. You can see that. Failed on a little breakout. We can go over here on the 500 volume and also draw our up channel from the market open. So I'm looking just for the market open, which started here. You can see that this is where the volume profile started. And I'm going to take my two lowest points. That's how you draw a trend line. Two lowest points and two highest points. And you can just copy and paste and move it up. And you can see not quite as clear as the other one. Now we're coming to that support. Maybe something like that, although we didn't get that first touch on it. You see how price is reacting to that trend line right there. Point of control just came in right at VWAP. Point of control is the area we have the most volume on the day. We're going to have some support at, if this thing does break, I think there will be some support at right here on the 20 SMA on the 5 minute. That's quite a ways away. There's quite a meat to the downside. If she wants to fail, do not copy my trades. You should not copy my trades. You will lose money. I lose money all the time. Do not copy my trades. Trade your own. You can just watch how one person, this is just for your entertainment, to watch how one person blows a bunch of money in a very short amount of time. Now we're breaking higher. This thing does break the support. It should glide through this like butter. Now would be exiting down here. Actually, I'd probably be getting out here. Just as a very small pocket. Like butter. What's up, Andre? Good morning. Yeah, I thought we were going to tank today too, man. But it's giving us this impulse up, which is I think maybe just giving people a better opportunity to get in on it, meaning to get short on it. Yeah, congratulations to the inside. You're up $1,300 now on micros. Awesome, man. That's awesome. Who are you doing your evaluation through? Or are you doing an account blow up tomorrow? I don't know if you might be trading your own account. I'm not sure. Congratulations, $1,300. really awesome. That would be you know what I don't like doing? I don't like saying that would be 13,000 on a mini, because it's not. It's $1,300 on a micro, which is different from trading a mini, and it's also a really good accomplishment in and of itself. I don't think you need to try to compare it to the micro or the mini, the micro. They need to change that names. I always get those confused. Nice. Nice thin side. Now it looks like we're moving up, breaking up, moving on up. Breaking higher. This order is going off. We can see how that trend line held its support. It's looking a little choppy-esque right now. Look at that 5-minute candle, how it's going to close. Boom, bullish. Bullish 5-minute, but she falling. She going down. Moving now. What? Why is it moving? I didn't get filled. Oh, there it goes. That's how you know these evaluation things are not you can see how the delta came through on that. The market giveth and the market taketh. I should get a shirt that says that. Too low of an entry. I'm not, convinced that we're not going down yet. Look at Delta. We're hitting this VWAP area. I think we got the back end of this trend line, which may be support. I got trapped, I think, maybe. I'm just looking at the back end of that trend line at 64. Damn. Burned. There it goes. I gotta close that, I think. Son of a gun. $700. Ah. Now watch this thing just roll down. Guarantee it. But you gotta take your stop. So this trade got in way too low on it. I should have gotten in, I actually don't mind the break of that trend line to take it down to value area low. I got in too low on it though. And I don't know. I can also see this thing exploding to the upside here. Damn it. It's choppy, choppy, choppy. See a Delta tank in there. Completely ignoring this trend line now, so we can just take it off. You think it's going to break this 690 level? I think it's about ready to roll. Well, one thing you don't want to do is revenge trade and try to make it all back in one trade. I mean, this kind of looks like it's starting to range now a little bit up here. Got some support. I'm going to take out this trend line. I don't think it's valid anymore. You know, we've got a support area down here, a resistance area up here. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Hope you guys are doing better than I am on this thing today. Again, I mean, we talked about it this morning. It's just, you know where you get a direction. It's just bad entry. See, he's got a terrible entry on it. Yeah, CG, I agree with you. Well, guys, I don't know. I think I need to let a few trades pass me by, and I'll come back and look at this thing in a little bit. I'm going to jump off of the live stream this morning. I got some other stuff I need to do today anyway. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I will be back tomorrow live streaming. So 8:10 a.m. Central Time. Please tune in. I don't know. I'm not really too worried about $700. I may try to take another short if we pop up here, back up to the top up here. But I'm not going to short the bottom of it. It kind of stinks that we would have turned out this whole trade would have been fine, but you never know. This thing could have busted up and gone up to the top. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll keep trading. I'll see if their setup happens, and I don't know. We'll check in tomorrow to see how we do. We'll go over the P&L tomorrow morning during the live stream, and we'll see how the rest of the day went. But right now, I don't know. I probably just need to go take a break for a little bit. So thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. We got some new guys in here this morning. Again, this isn't supposed to be like some sort of fireworks show. It's just kind of how I trade and going over things. There are going to be red days. There's going to be green days. Try to make your red days smaller than your green days and make your green days more often. And don't revenge trade. Don't revenge trade. Don't try to make it all back. It's going to be fine. Take a breath. Go walk around. And yeah. So anyways, all right, guys. You guys take it easy. Good luck the rest of your trading day. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. And we'll review any trades I take today and also go over pre-market stuff. There is news coming out tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. So make sure you're mindful of that. All right, guys. Take it easy. Thanks. Bye.